Hi friends, big news out there in Thompson Station. The most recent news is, and I mean major, if you've been driving down Lewisburg Pike lately or even just scrolling Facebook, you've probably seen the buzz. On January 29th, a press release hit announcing that Simon Properties, yeah, the same folks behind the big name malls across the country, are planning to bring a premium outlet mall right here to our backyard. So let's unpack what this means and how it might impact your day-to-day and what we as a community should be thinking about as things move forward. Simon Properties is under contract to purchase land in Thompson Station for 325,000 square foot retail center. That is massive. We're talking 75 best-in-class retailers, restaurants, and even a hotel. Construction is expected to begin in 2026. And while that is early days, the potential impact is already stirring up quite the debate. Let's start with the why. This area, Spring Hill, Thompson Station, and Franklin, has seen explosive growth. Retail always follows rooftops, and developers like Simon are watching the trend lines. This project isn't just about shopping, it's part of a larger mixed-use development, possibly with future residential additions and big box anchors. Projects like these often draw complementary businesses too. Think local boutiques, service providers, and family-owned eateries that benefit from increased foot traffic. Now let's talk location. This thing is slated for 1733 Lewisburg Pike, right near Interstate 840 and Highway 431. If you're from here, well, you already know that that area is already a traffic nightmare during rush hour. Add the First Bank Amphitheater into this mix, and well, we've got ourselves a stew of red brake lights. Solutions? Well, some are suggesting widening the road, adding lanes, reworking light cycles, or even building out alternate routes. But here's the thing. Smart infrastructure takes time and coordination between developers and the town. If it's not done well, we're all going to feel the pain. As in the most recent news, engineering is to start in 2026, followed by construction starting in 2033. If you're a local to this area, I would like to know your thoughts on this. Drop me a comment and let me know if you think that this project should start sooner. Or if you're planning on moving because of this project, drop me a comment. I would love to list your home here in the Thompson Station, Franklin, or Spring Hill area. Back in December of 2024, Simon incurred this land for a $15 million price tag. That's a pretty penny, especially considering it sold for much lower price back in the day, with zoning changes dating all the way back to 2008. So why the price jump? Because land in Thompson Station isn't just dirt anymore, it's strategy. And when big developers are buying up parcels like this, it tells you they see long-term upside. This isn't just real estate, it's a stake in the future of our town. A lot of locals feel like this could ruin the end of Thompson Station's small town charm. There's concerns about overdevelopment, increased traffic, and a fear that will start looking more like an interstate rest stop than the close-knit community many moved here for. And you know what? I get it. We have seen other outlets like this one in Lebanon lose their luster over time. Residents here want to avoid that fate. They want transparency and they want to be heard. Thompson Station's Mayor Brian Stover jumped in with an update on Facebook. And he said that this deal is still in its due diligence phase. That means nothing set in stone yet, and there are hurdles ahead. The rezoning approval will be a major step, not to mention the traffic study that's underway. Mayor Stover's pushing hard for Simon to fund improvements to Lewisburg Pike, including potential traffic lights and lane additions. And here's a silver lining. If it goes through, the tax revenue from the outlet could fund things like local police departments, something that this town has needed for a while. You don't have to look far to hear what folks are saying. Some people worry that Thompson Station will lose its characters. Others are bracing for longer commutes and busier weekends. And there are parents like you and me wondering what this is going to mean for our kids, their safety, their schools, and the kind of place that they're going to grow up in. This is where the conversation matters. Development isn't bad, but it's got to be thoughtful. We need developers who don't chase dollars, but build with dignity. Growth that adds to, not subtracts from, what makes this place special. Since 2008, Thompson Station has gone from 3,000 to almost 10,000 people. And with new neighborhoods going up, that number will likely surpass 12,000 soon. That kind of growth needs infrastructure. More families, more wear on roads, more cost to police and fire departments, and more kids in the schools. That means that this town has to generate revenue. And retail centers are one of the most effective ways to do so. But the answer isn't to grow recklessly, it's to plan wisely and listen carefully. Look, whether you're thrilled or concerned now is the time to speak up. This development is still in the early stages. The meetings, the votes, the plans, and they're all ahead. And that means as local residents, as business owners, as community members, can help shape what's next for this community. Let's build something we're proud of. Let's hold developers to a higher standard. Let's support leaders who prioritize people and not just projects. Because if we do this right, it doesn't have to be Thompson Station versus Simon Properties. It can be Thompson Station with Simon Properties if they're willing to build with intention. If this video gave you something to think about, hit that like button, drop a comment with your take, and tag a neighbor who needs to know what's happening in our town. Whether you're excited about this upcoming development or you're thinking, I need to get the heck out of here, I am happy to help you with any of your real estate needs.